Today's adventure begins with leaves falling from the trees, from this tree, and some birdhouses. As the recording of this, it is Thursday, March 23rd, 2023. The town of Bluffton. There's someone in the backyard has quite the fire going around there. You can hear it crackling in the distance. Oh yeah, you can see it back there, off in the corner. Welcome everyone. Out of the woo here, still on a family vacation at Hilton Head, Disney's Hilton Head Island Resort. My dad and I have decided to venture off away from the rest of the family. Mom is at the pool. My aunt and uncle have gone to the beach. And we are just going to walk around the little small town on the outskirts of the island. Bluffton or Bluffington?
Bluffton.
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 And that's no bluffing. We have no idea what we're doing here. We just decided to get off the island.
But we're doing it well.
Yes,
we are.
We passed a little store on the way in. There was a lot of nostalgia here from what we could tell driving in. So we parked and we're just going to hoof it around and see what we can find here. And from there, who knows how the rest of the day is going to go.
Hoofing around Bluffton. Join us, shall you?
Yes. Good job. Now, neither Dad or myself are an expert on Bluffton. Thankfully, there is this guide map tour that we picked up at the resort. In fact, Mike the pool guy at Disney's Hilton Head Island was very helpful with telling us some stuff, and Mike gave us this. We're
on Calhoun Street.
We're on Calhoun?
Calhoun Street.
Okay, so we just got to find the map here on the May River, find Calhoun Street, and then we can just figure out what some of the, I don't see Calhoun Street.
There it is.
Oh, it's right there.
Calhoun Street right there.
All right.
24, 23, 22, right there.
All right. So we'll just kind of use this as like a little layout of the land. All right, just reading off of the information. This is Pat's brother's house. Pat's brother's house, named for two brothers that were from Baltimore that moved here, and they live right next to the Planters Mercantile, which was that building right there. So that used to be a mercantile here in town. Yeah, it does kind of look like a storefront. And then this was the brother's house. And it said it was made like two mirror image apartments. So there's two sections in there. There are a lot of art galleries out here too. What is it?
I was wrong. I thought that might be wood carvings when we first drove by, but they're not. They're more stone or
like actual sculptures, like
plaster sculpture.
It's like a clay almost.
Yeah.
Like a hard clay. Oh no, it's metal.
Metal. Looks like clay.
And not just the guide map we have, but there's also a map here that you can kind of shows what some of the old buildings used to look like Calhoun Street. That's what we're on, right? Calhoun?
Yeah.
We're on Calhoun now. Here is the store, and there's the Bluffton Farmers Market. So there's just little information placards all over town if you so choose to come down here and walk around. I don't know if this is the name of an event or a store name.
Yeah, that's a store name.
A store name.
Or a street name, or a...
Could be a yearly event. The squat and gobble.
Maybe some kind of a contest.
Who do you think the champion squat and gobbler is? Look at all those birds up there. A lot of them.
Hitchcock would be proud.
Yeah. Well done. Again, plenty of information on some of the history of this. This is the Mulligan House, established 1940. I would have guessed it would have been a little older than that, but circa 1940 according to the time. Definitely some really nice architecture walking around through here. I don't know if Hilton Head proper, like the island itself, which is, you know, it took us probably 15-20 minutes to drive from the resort to here. Yeah, probably a half hour with traffic and whatnot. It's only about 10-15 miles. I don't know if Hilton Head really has like a downtown-y kind of area like this does. At least from, not that we've seen. Oh, so this right here was on that sign back there. This was the store. That old photo is this building, the store. Got some mural here of some cows, or a painting of some cows. Do you know the difference between a upside down horseshoe and a right side up horseshoe?
I really don't.
One of them is good luck and one of them is bad luck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess most businesses would probably have the good luck horseshoe, so I'm gonna guess that that would be a good luck horseshoe. But I really don't know for sure.
You know what the King of Hearts means?
The King of Hearts?
King of Hearts?
But do I know what it means?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
All right, another name for this is the People's Store, established 1904. Interesting though, People's is not what spelled like people. There are people walking down the road. It's People's, someone's name, P-E-E-P-L-E-S. The People's Store. And also, perfect timing, classic car truck alert going by over there. I thought the truck was going to drive by here. I was going to get a good angle of it, so that was a fail. Beautiful houses through here. So my dad was just sharing a little info about the town name. You want to give a little info here?
Yeah. Most towns that have a ton on the end of it, like Bluffton, is over the years.
Let's go somewhere quieter. Welcome to my world. Here we go. This is dating back to 1850, Seven Oaks. So it seems like the farther we walk down the road, it's getting to be a little older in the houses and whatnot. But this is just such a beautiful area with the trees.
Actually, I think it's the Seven Oaks and a palm.
Seven Oaks and a palm. Oh, a palm tree.
Yeah.
So you think the reason they got seven oak because there's 7 oak trees in the yard, or there were back in 1850? That makes sense.
7 there now.
Let's see,
Yeah,
1,
probably could be
2,
more than 7.
3. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not oak. Over there, oak.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Yeah, it's at least 7. Or at least there was then. So it's very common for names like Bluffton to have been in the original form Blufftown. And then through the years, instead of being 2 words, Blufftown, it got shortened to Bluffton. Probably if you go back on most cities that have ton on the end of it, that's usually the way it turns out.
Just like a easier way to say the 2 words.
Yeah, like Carrollton, Georgia.
Yeah.
Was originally Carrolltown, Georgia.
And what is a bluff?
A bluff is a hill overlooking a river. We're going to go down here to the river in a second.
The May River.
The May River.
Oh, look at this. I guess you could say that would be a classic, kind of a classic car. More of a sporty kind of car.
Cool.
One thing I like about all these houses is there are date stamps on all of them and the historical significance, but also the date. So you got this wraparound porch here. This cottage. Now this church building, this is a newer extension, but dating back to the 1850s. This is the Church of the Cross, this old wood building here, very beautiful Gothic style. Oh, it says it right down here, 1857, the Church of the Cross. Right here along the water. It looks like the door's open over there. If we could go in there. Okay, the sign down there, the door's open. It does say open to the public. And they do have worship services. That's interesting. Saturdays they have worship service at 5:28 p.m. and then Sundays 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. That's an interesting time. 5:28 on a Saturday.
Catches the attention though.
Yeah. You won't forget that. so you'll know what time the service starts. Established in 1767, the congregation started in 1767. They built the church in 1854.
She was handicapped and she wanted
And it's on the National Register of Historic Places.
I've never heard that, but it's like they actually, it generates, it like helps your nerves and things like that. But I was like,
so, the construction of this church, 90% of it had specific species. When you look at the outside of this church, when you walk around the outside, you are actually looking at 1957.
okay.
Nothing's been done. It was whitewashed once in the late 1920s, and that was it. So you'll see when you walk around the church, you're going to find the small parts, you'll see a little bit of whitewash that's still left. That's it. So, all this artwork around the windows, around the doors, all of that is wrong. The lecture and the pulpit, the altar, all of that is wrong. But everything else,
This could be where the choir sits, perhaps? Oh wow, look at the organ up top. This is very interesting with the pews. So they have the pews are made, they have cushions, and they also have a place where you can rest your feet. But there's also this latch on the door, which you hardly ever see anything like this. I grew up in the church. My dad was a minister for a long time. Regular church pews don't have like a little lock-in area quite like that. That's different. Have you ever seen ones like that have the lock on them?
I've never seen them with locked doors on them. I've seen them with doors. I think back as the Northeast, like up in Boston and the old church buildings up there, had seating very similar to that.
So there's a beekeeper here at the building. So is a rector like a minister?
Yeah.
The beekeeper.
This is either an Anglican church, okay, Episcopal. There you go. I knew it wasn't Catholic, but anyway. Episcopal.
The beekeeper.
Yes, yes.
He said there's more to the story than he's telling.
Murder?
That's a priceless Steinway.
Doing a lot of construction and renovations. Keeping all the old buildings in good working fashion. And this will be something that'll be back on display when it's finished. Really is a beautiful day. Out of the series of days we've been here, this is probably the nicest warmth-wise. Bluffton showing 73, gonna be a high of 79. Of course, Hilton Head just down the road, 71. So a little cooler on the ocean. Not by much though. 73, warmest day we've had since we've been in this area. There's an old store over here called The Rate, where they have sundries, cosmetics. They sell seal test ice cream. They have exclusively candies, tobaccos, things like that. You see this intersection and the road we were just on, not very busy. There's just like nothing going on this road. Well, there's this gentleman mowing his yard, but over here, this is turning into quite the busy intersection here at The Rate, where they sell different items. I don't even know if the store's still open, but pretty cool looking mural here on the side. And take a look at this. Like I said, there's a lot going on, a lot of construction going on, and renovating going on. There's a piece of heavy machinery just went by.
They sell sundries here.
Yes, you know what a sundry is?
You know what a sundry is?
I don't.
It's like
A sundae?
strawberry sundries, chocolate sundries, plain straight vanilla.
What is a sun? Is it a sundae?
It's just general merchandise.
Oh, merchandise. Oh, okay. I thought it was like going to be like a dessert of some sort. So a sundry is just a name
sundry.
for merchant. I always thought it was like a sundae.
No.
Interesting. Sundries is just general merchandise.
A general word for stuff.
Wow. I
Various
very foolish in my assumption all these years. Look up top here. They also have cosmetics, sodas, magazines, and evidently this is where the manager's door. This is now just used as an office. They no longer have sundries. It's a home care.
1948.
48. Sometimes you go to a lot of these towns and everything's really, really run down, but because of the Bluffton Historical Preservation Society, they're fixing the whole area up. The whole area is just completely, being fixed up, renovated. Yeah, it's great. These houses. There's a place around here called the Card House, which I think might be on this block, where a famous area of Hilton Head Island was won in a card game, according to folk lore for the area. See if we can find that. Again, what the folklore and legends say. Back in the 1840s, there was a guy named William Baynard. He won a deed to Braddock's Point Plantation right here in this private residence. You can't go any further than this, but this is what some say is the Card House. Late night poker games back in the 19th century. The reason I know that, it's on the little information here. You can see the Card House listed there. Circa 1825, so a piece of Hilton Head history happened right behind those shrubs in the Card House right there. We have certainly got quite the plethora of sounds and noises while we've been around here.
Yes.
It has bin quite the cornucopia. Now that I say that, there's no noises. It's hush hush and quiet right now.
Airplane.
The airplane, the backing sounds, the leaf blowers, weed eaters. So you always hear these stories of things, you always hear this folklore of people who have won lots of things in playing poker. It's always poker. Has anyone ever won anything playing Go Fish or Uno? Remember Uno?
I do. I don't know of anyone winning a mansion playing Uno.
Maybe. It's not. It doesn't sound as impressive. There's just little historical tours going on all over the place too. There's a grouping of people over there. Not P-E-O-P-L-E, but no, that is a people spelled like people. The store was People's Store. P-E-E-P-L. This just says no park right here. No park. Oh, Sippin Cow Cafe. So not tipping a cow, but sipping a cow. Sippin Cow Cafe. You got the little directional arrows here, showing some of the stuff that's around here. May River Road, restaurants. Oh, here's a crab. Look at that. We are now in the car. I'm going to drive around a little bit. This is like a newer area, but it's made to look vintage. Looks pretty neat through here. The old balcony style.
It's the Sippin Cow.
The Sippin Cow. Oh, there it is. The Sippin Cow. This traffic circle here at Palmetto Bay Road really is kind of backed up. Usually traffic circles move pretty quickly. There we go. Look, Big Ben, Parliament. I just can't get over. Look, Big Ben, Parliament. It's pretty interesting stuff around here. I'm thinking this might be some sort of a sundial, perhaps. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a piece of artwork. But I recall this from last time I was in this neck of the woods. Charles Fraser Charles Fraser, or Fraser. The sculpture was made in 2010, made of bronze. But Charles was known for walking around Hilton Head Island with an alligator. He had a pet alligator. So he'd have his umbrella, and then he'd have the alligator right down below, as shown there. Now there's quite a bit of traffic going by, possibly honking at Charles and his pet gator. Do not have a name for the pet gator, however. Ah, excellent. The statue is based on the photograph of Charles E. Fraser as it appeared in a 1962 edition of Saturday Evening Post on, quote, "People on the Way Up," unquote. The celebrated image caused a media sensation and awarded the Sea Pines Resort national acclaim. It is a gift from the Community Foundation of the low country town of Hilton Head Island, dedicated back in 2010. So there is a photo of him with his umbrella, Charles with his umbrella, walking the gator. Shown right over there. Right there at the light, Hilton Head Island Fire Department. Oh, a fire truck. Some lily pads here, toadstools. I saw a frog on here, but it hopped off where I could walk over. Or it may have been a lizard. We're now going to head over to the Hilton Head Rear Range Lighthouse over here, which has this information, tells you to go, and it's in a neighborhood, but you can request a lighthouse pass. So that's where we're heading. We're heading over there now. I have now got my pass for the day, restricted pass to get in this neighborhood to see the lighthouse. Now there's not really a lot of parking around here. You would be inclined, like I was, to park on the grass over here. However, thanks to one of the local residents said you can't park on the grass. I didn't see the sign, but he said that you can park on the road. It's legal, so I parked on the road directly behind me. But there's the lighthouse. It's a little bit of a chore to get back here. You have to go through a couple different checkpoints. You have to let them know what you're doing. You have to have the proper credentials. They will give you the credentials just by asking. We had the pamphlet, and we just showed the pamphlet at both the different two stations on the way in. Little checkpoints, and they go, okay, here, they give us the paperwork. Rear lighthouse of Hilton Head Range Light Station was built in 1879 and 1880. Stood 92 feet above sea level, visible from 15 miles away. Right in front of the lighthouse is one of the oldest live oak trees on the island, estimated between 430 and 450 years old, and that live oak tree is this one right here. Over 400 years old, this tree. Beautiful. People out here playing golf as well. It states here on the side all that information about that tree. Featured on National Register of Historic Places back in 1985. The lighthouse itself, not the tree. Oh, take a look at this. Here is something about the cistern and the live oak. The Limington Live Oak, which is the neighborhood we're in, stands close to the lighthouse. A magnificent backdrop for the 15th green of Arthur Hills Golf Course. Right over there, Arthur Hills Golf Course. Whenever I see a golf course, I think of Falling Down with Michael Douglas. With a diameter, the tree is 70 feet tall, and a canopy spreads across 150 feet. The cistern was built alongside the oil house and holds, or used to hold, 3,500 gallons of water. It was no easy task getting back here, was it?
No, sir, it wasn't. It's some checkpoints and some walking and some no parking and some parking.
I've noticed Hilton Head, you have to really want to get into certain areas because every place has like little guard shacks and whatnot.
Yeah. Every time I think about a lighthouse, I think about that sailor that was out on the sea, and his captain called up to him and says, "Do you see the lighthouse? Do you see the light on the lighthouse?" He said, "Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no."
Nice. Decommissioned back in 1932. Now, no elevators to get to the top. This has 112 steps, spiral staircase. Leads to a cypress watchroom fitted with a reflector light. Or if Mickey Rooney, well, I know Mickey Rooney went to the top of a lighthouse for Pete's Dragon, but I wonder if he went to a lighthouse at any other times in his life. You know, being lampy and all. The legend of the oil house. Evidently the lighthouse keeper passed on, had a heart attack bringing oil to the tower during a hurricane. Oh, I remember this from last time. So after noticing an absence, the keeper's daughter Caroline discovered what happened to his father. Several days Caroline walked through hip-deep waters to replenish the tower's oil. And then she passed away several days later due to exhaustions. Sightings of the lady in blue dress have been reported on dark, rainy nights. Wow, what year was that? I don't see a year. Constructed in '82. I don't see a year about the lady in blue. Forgot about that story. It's pretty interesting. It would be pretty interesting out here playing golf. I would imagine maybe she appears at night. Probably not people out here playing golf at night. But imagine being out here next to the lighthouse. Seeing the lighthouse keeper's daughter. The lady in blue. Whoa, that is misting right on me. The wind is blowing that sprinkler right over my direction. The lady in blue. Not to be confused with the lady in red, which is a Gene Wilder movie. Had nothing to do with Lighthouse as far as I can remember. They were cones. Pine cones. All right, heading back to the resort. A little more family time. See if my mom is back out of the pool. My aunt and uncle are back from the beach. I think we can go to dinner a little bit later. And just kind of relax a little bit more throughout the course of the afternoon, and now gonna head over to a seafood restaurant that I've heard good things about. We're gonna get a little seafood action. Now, there are a couple different restaurants in this little area. There's Skull Creek Dockside, but down here, down this little pathway, right on the water, it's a place called Hudson Seafood. Right on the water. And before walking down there, of course, the parking situation down here is pretty small, but back where we just were, there's a huge parking area. They have the menus here. Obviously it's dinner time. Oh, here we go. So dinner starts at 4:30. And here's the dinner menu right up here. There's a lunch menu and a dinner menu. It's about 5 p.m. right now. And no reservations. It's first come, first serve. I called, asked reservation, and they said, no, it's just first come, first serve. But I know from what I've heard, it gets pretty busy. And it looks like their little signage and mascot is a mermaid up there. Yeah, right up there. There's a mermaid saying, come on in, get some seafood. I think we will. And the sun is like just about to start setting. Open daily, lunch at 11 and dinner at 5. There's an indoor table here. Dock Talk. I thought this was like a local paper, but in fact when you open it up, it is the menu And the napkin is basically on a blue washcloth like this, and they get, instead of bringing you like, you know, they bring you like an appetizer, they bring you like some hush puppies here that are complimentary with the meal. And then you got the tartar sauce over here with the Hudson's tartar sauce. All right, so I have to say the service was very, very quick. This food came out so quickly. I ended up getting a crab cake over here. I got a crab cake, a little garnishing over there. I got some broccoli on this. I ended up getting the flounder. And I got the fries. I got the shrimp over here. Broccoli as well. I always like crab cakes, so I got to get some crab cakes there. Looks like Mom got the pasta salad, or the pasta, shrimp pasta. I ended up getting I got a Coca-Cola, but the Coca-Cola was like a little flat. It was not carbonated right. My mom said, try the sweet tea. Sweet tea's pretty good, so I got the sweet tea, and pretty awesome. Glad I got the sweet tea. Much better than the Coca-Cola. I have to say I was thoroughly impressed with that place. And I wasn't even going to eat the baked potato because I was so full. I took a bite or two just so that they wouldn't be like, how come you didn't finish eating your baked potato? The baked potato was like one of the best things I've ever had. They had like a sea salt flavor on the rind of the potato, on the skin of the potato. Man, that was awesome. Anyway, I was like really impressed with Hudson's. And back now to the resort. That's going to do it for today. Also, this is the last day of staying here. It was kind of a fun family vacation, and we'll be heading out of South Carolina tomorrow and going back to Florida, back home for a little bit. But I mean, I'm staying here tonight into tomorrow, but this is the last full day. I guess I should have said this is the last full day of the series of days here in Hilton Head, South Carolina, here at the Disney Hilton Head Resort. It's been fun. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. The vlog is over. I just cannot get over how beautiful these trees are here at this resort. It's just like oak trees everywhere. It's like a canopy of tree leaves here on this island.